So this is a Coachman Wanderer 18-Ford. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch up procedure, jockey wheel and handbrake is all stuff we'll go through in person here on site. In the front locker you've got two gas bottle tie downs, as you can see against the bulkhead. Maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles is what you can carry on board the van. And even if you're carrying individual bottles, it still needs to be two 6s essentially, or smaller. You then have your regulator up on the bulkhead with your gas pipe work coming down to the bottle. Gas valve on top, as you'd expect to see, and that will turn the gas flow on and off on top of the bottle, and the fitment going into the bottle is a reverse thread fitment. You've got your wind down leg on this side of the van to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. You'd never lift the caravan with the wind down legs, as it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. You've got your battery box with your mains lead coming into the side of the van, and also in there you've got your motor mover power switch, which will demonstrate to you here on site. Then got your fridge vents on the side of the van, which allow hot air out the side of the fridge unit, and also taking some cool air, so it cools the back of the fridge down. As I said, the motor mover will go through here while you're here on site, and we've got the wheels which will torque to the correct manufacturer's torque setting while you are here also. You've got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the van. Underneath there you'll also find your water tank, which I'll show you from inside of the van also. Got your mains, your water feed coming into the side of the van. So you've got your water pump, which pushes in and locks into place, and then the pump actually drops down inside the aqua roll itself. The back of the van, you've got your heating and hot water gas flow. So you remove the cover before use or before you ignite anything on gas inside of the caravan. The rear of the van on either side, you've got your wind down legs. Again, like I said at the front, they are to stabilise the van and not lift the caravan. You've got your two grey waste pipes coming out the back of the van also, which look a bit like exhaust pipes. You'd put the grey pipe in the larger circles around the outside and drop them down inside your waste master. So that would be where the fresh water, essentially the fresh water that's been through the showers and the sinks, etc., would come out. On this side of the van, at the rear, you've got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. And in the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette. The waste cassette will take 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. The neck here turns out to allow you to tip the waste away. And on the back of the toilet cassette, you've got a yellow pressure relief button to allow the pressure out of the tank while you're tipping the waste away. Coming down to the side of the van by the door, you've got a 240 volt socket to allow power to come out to your awning from the inside of the van. And then you've got your barbecue gas point here also, which you lift up to allow you to connect to an external barbecue. And then you've got your wind down leg again on this side of the van at the front. As you can see, we're now on the inside of the caravan, and above the door you've got your master power switch, you've got your water pump run, your internal lights, your awning light, and your voltmeter for the caravan itself. So as you can see, the battery voltage will go up as the van is charging here on site. First thing we're going to do is fill the water system up on board the van. To fill the water system, you're going to need to come underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan, and you will find down here underneath the bed, it's a bit of a crawl to get underneath there, but you'll find two yellow valves. Unfortunately I can't quite show them properly in the video due to the darkness in the bed. There's two yellow valves, and they both need to be parallel with the floor for you to be able to fill the water system. One is attached to the blue pipe work, and the other one is attached to the red pipe work. So like I said, to fill it, both taps parallel with the floor. Once you've got both of those valves parallel with the floor, and you've got your aqua roll connected on the outside, you can come over to every tap inside the caravan and then open them all up on the hot side of the water heating. So that's the sink in the kitchen, the sink in the bathroom, and the sink in the shower unit as well. Once you've got them taps open, you can come over to the control panel by the door and turn on your water pump. Now every time I turn on a tap, hopefully you'll be able to see in the video, the red light will come on to let me know the water system is running as you'd expect it to. That will continue to stay on until the water system is completely full again once you've turned the tap off. So you'd open all the taps up, turn that pump on, and then once the water system is full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on the caravan. At that point, you can shut all of the taps back off on the hot side. You don't need to worry about bleeding the cold side. It is just the hot side, so it's got water in the water heater itself. So like I said, once that system is full, you can then start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. Now in one of these cupboards just here, possibly in this one, maybe not. Now underneath the seat, underneath the bed, sorry, after my confusion there, I thought I was in a different caravan. Underneath the bed, you'll find this switch just here that says water heater on it. When I flick that switch on and we're connected to mains power, it'll actually start warming up the water system on mains electric. Doesn't mean that's the only way you can power the water heating on board the van. You can also do it via the gas control at the front here. Now to ignite the gas water heating, you very simply turn this outside grey dial around to the gas symbol just here at the bottom. And when it's ignited, you'll have the green light here. In a moment it may potentially fail because it hasn't been turned on this morning. There we go, it has failed. Which could mean the gas is either off or the gas has run out, for instance. But on this van, it just means the gas hasn't got through to it yet. So what we'd advise you to do at that point is, if the gas hadn't got through to the boiler yet, is go to the hob, ignite the hob, and allow the hob to run for a few seconds, because that is the last point on the gas system. Essentially though, when the green light's on, that is also where, when you put the temperature above it, so for instance 30 degrees as you can see here, is the temperature the water will warm up to. You can also warm it right up to 70 degrees if you wish to. If you are using electric as the water heater power source, I would advise when you're showering on board the caravan to use the gas as a boost system. The reason I say this is because the water will only warm up to around 35 to 40 degrees, and on here you can set it to 70 degrees as you can see, and it will actually boost the system and it will warm the water up quicker. So that's your water heating for the caravan. Next we're going to go to the normal heating for the van, so your room heating essentially. Just here you've got a grey dial, and down the side you can just about see you've got 500, 1000 and 2000 watts down the side here. Now depending on what caravan site you're on, you'll need to select the correct power source. So here on site for instance we can run 500 watts as you can see here. So I've set it to 500 watts and then I'm going to control the heat of the heater on electric on this dial just here. The higher I go, so round to the 9 for instance, is the hottest setting for the heater. If you ask at the site office when you arrive on site, they will advise you of what power source you can use to the water heating itself. If you want to warm the caravan on gas, you can do that also. And on the front of the heater, you've got this dial that you can spin around to between 10 and 9. Press down the gas valve and hit the igniter. So a bit like your gas barbecue, for instance. Once it is ignited, in this little window down the front of the heater, around a 45 degree angle from the floor, or sorry, from the top of the heater, you'll actually have a pilot light in there. A bit hard to see from this angle, but once it's ignited, you'll hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the gas valve. Now on this caravan, you have blown air heating. It works very similar to the heating you've got in your car. So to operate it, you've got a dial here, with a dot in the centre indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol on the left hand side indicates that I'm going to have continuous blown air, and I can control the fan speed on this dial on top. If I want to have thermostated blown air, I can actually put it onto the A on the right hand side, and essentially that will allow the heating system to cut, or the blown air system to cut in and out with the heating system on the thermostat. To operate the fridge, again, it's very simple to do. You can press the power button in the centre here to get the fridge to come on. You can then control the power source you want to use by using the button on the left hand side. So as you can see, it changes between different power options. You've got your 240 mains, which I advise you use if you're on a powered site. And then your temperature control for the gas and electric on the right hand side. You've got 12 volt mode here. What that means is you'll run from the 12 volt power source that you are from the car you are towing with, and it'll operate the fridge as a cool box. The 10 here and the spanner symbol and the flashing light at the bottom is just indicating we've got no power from a 12 volt power source from a car coming into the caravan. You've then got your options to run on gas, which again will self-ignite. You don't need to do anything at all, and the blue light here again will flash and come up with an error code 9 and a spanner symbol just here if it did ever fail to ignite. Microwave, pretty self-explanatory. Just going to flick that on for a second there just so you can see it's working. There we go, microwave working as you'd expect, and the classic ding at the end. You've got your igniter for the cooker, gas controls across the front for your hob, grill, etc. Coming into the bathroom, very simple to use toilet system. Electric flush on top with the blue push button. You've got your grey waste handle on the far side of the toilet at the bottom. Can't quite see it from here, but you'd need to pull it towards the shower cubicle to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette under the van. And the toilet seat does turn for your convenience, so you can turn it into the shower unit, for instance, so you're not having to try and get between the wall and the toilet. But we do advise, or you do need to, sorry, when you remove the toilet cassette from underneath the van, make sure the toilet is pointing straight back across the van again before you remove it. If you have any further questions on the Coachman Wanderer 18.4, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much for watching and we hope you enjoy the caravan.